today looking at that drop, a huge drop, almost 2% drop in inflation numbers at this time. Let's have Halima Adediran, analyst from Financial Derivatives Company, join us. Hi, Halima. Welcome to the program. Good morning. I wonder if you have felt this almost 2% drop in inflationary pressure in your daily spending.
Okay, so the inflation number that we just had, we'll see that the headline inflation declined much more than expected to 16.05, while the month-on-month remains elevated, and the other components too move in tandem with the headline, while the other ones remain flat. And so we would like to first note that the headline inflation that saw a drastic drop is as a result of the change in the methodology. So for one, we are seeing the impact of the change in methodology, which means the change in the base year, and also the impact of some policies taken by the government. And so this means the government and policymakers need to check very well the percentage or the significance, the percentage that is captured by the policy put in place, and the percentage that is really attributed to the change or the rebase of the inflation baskets and components and so on. Because when we have inflation rebasing, there is a change in the items that constitute the basket. That's for one. And there's also the change in the weight that is attributed to each item. And so this tends to change how inflation will react to prices change for each commodities that we now see in the inflation basket. So going forward, we might see an increase in the next month, because we'll see shopping for Christmas, the festive period. And also another thing that is very good is the core inflation. We can see that it's also experienced a decline because of the stability in the exchange rate, and also because the manufacturing sector is becoming more improved in terms of performance. We'll see the last PMI that we just had. So it's slowing down the rates of imported goods and inputs for manufacturers. So it's a good one, but we still need to know that the month-on-month captures the reality on ground, which means we have deflation, we have inflation, and we have disinflation. So policymakers must be cautious of how to really go about it. It's a good one, but you still need to be cautious when it comes to how or what the interest rate decision will be in the meeting that will be held by the MPC in next week. So before now, we were expecting status quo, but because the data looks a bit good, we could see an expansionary policy of maybe a 25 basis point reduction in interest rate. But on the general note, for household especially, we might not see the same decline in the cost of living. The cost of living might still be a bit higher, even as we've seen decline in the headline inflation and some other index of the inflation. So household might still feel the heat of the price pressure in the economy. But going forward, we'll see an increase because there's likely to be demand pressure because of the festive period.
You know, Halima, a lot of people did not expect a drop, certainly not a huge drop, even though, as you have brought to our notice, the reality would be comparing month on month, which we see increased. But, you know, because of that increase in the petrol price, no matter how brief it was, last month, a lot of people were not expecting this kind of a huge drop.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier, that the month-on-month gives us the exact situation where we are in, because it captures the current trend of private price movement, which petrol price is one of it, and it's mainly used by households and SMEs. And so that's why we are seeing it capturing and giving us the exact reality on ground. And so the headline inflation is there to give us our hint as regards the price pressure is tapering, but the month-on-month is still telling us its intensity as regards the day-to-day expenditure and the effect on household pockets. So those are the two differences and the impact and implication of the two.
All right, Halima, thank you so much for sharing FDC's findings with us. Halima Adediran is analyst with Financial Derivatives Company.
Thank you for having me.